Another day, another walk. So, the reason why I wanted to talk to you is because there's several things. Well, the first thing is let's talk about smell pollution. And I'm not exactly sure when this started being a thing for me, but as I walk around town here, my hometown, on a visit, I noticed that a lot of places smell really strongly of laundry detergent or like fabric softener, other things. I don't know what they are. Very perfumey, very artificial smelling, and then there are other things that are really horrible. Like there's a house, and when I was a kid, this house seemed very fancy. It's not fancy, but I thought it was fancy when I was a kid. And so it's very high walls all the way around it, and there's two openings that go to garages that are only about 10 feet away from the opening of in the wall. And when I walk by, and I don't care what time of day it is, there is water coming out from underneath this garage door that I walk by. And it stinks. It stinks so bad. It smells like rodent poop. And the reason, or rodent urine, and the reason why I know what that smells like is because my kids had different critters when they were little. You know, they had pet mice and guinea pigs and whatever. And right now my adult daughter has rabbits. And so when I was a kid, I had rabbits and I had guinea pigs and I had mice. And we actually had some rats for a while. I am familiar with what that smells like. It is distinctive. And so I'm wondering, what the heck is inside that garage that they have to spray down every day so water comes out and it stinks? I don't know. So if you have any ideas, let me know what you think, because it's really strong. And I don't even want to walk on the sidewalk where this liquid comes out underneath the garage door and goes across the sidewalk into the gutter. I don't even want to. But today there was a pigeon wing in the water. Like, what? I don't know. It just is gross. So that was weird. So that was one thing. The smells are just like, it's not fun to be surrounded by these intense, perfumey, artificial smells everywhere, like everywhere. And I've gone out walking early in the morning, I've gone out walking at night, certainly during the day like it is right now, and I just smell them. It's everywhere. And I don't really think of myself as having a particularly really sensitive nose, but it's something. I don't know what it is. And the other thing that happened today that was kind of weird is my ex-brother-in-law lives next door to my brother, and my niece messaged me and said, go check on my dad. So I went over there to check on him. I'm going to switch arms. And he'd had pneumonia. He'd gone to the hospital and they'd given him some medication. And just in case somebody can figure out who's who, I'm not going to give any real details. But he was having an allergic reaction to this medication. And he quit taking the medication, but he really, you know, I think he needs to go and see a doctor. He doesn't want to go and see a doctor because he doesn't want to go back to the emergency room where he went, where they gave him that medicine, and his doctor's out of town. Okay, so how do I get back? I think there's a road up there. I'm kind of turned around. So, my head is sweaty. I was wearing the headphones. So, yeah, it looked really horrible. Like really, really bad. And yeah, I don't know, but he wouldn't leave. He wouldn't go. So I told my niece. And so if you have taken medication and you have a reaction to that medication, the appropriate thing to do is to see a medical professional to make sure that it's not a dangerous reaction, because you can have dangerous reactions to medications, like fatal reactions to medications, or just really, really awful ones that feel horrible. Okay, people are saying hi, 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 hi. Okay, I think I've overshot where I need to go. Okay, I'm gonna flip it around and see if I can figure out where I am. Okay, so there's the flag, and it looks like there's somebody up there. So that's the way to the old dump. That, I don't know if that's actually a road. I'm gonna go on that. I'm gonna go down that way. Okay, hopefully. So anyhow, that was quite the day. I had also had to go into Las Vegas to see the pregnant lady I'm here for, and I'm just not used to the driving in heavy traffic, crazy traffic, and I don't know, I guess it's on par with Minneapolis, which I'm used to driving in. Not used to, but you know, more used to than Las Vegas now. My sister-in-law said Las Vegas has 3 million people now. That's a lot of people. So yeah, that was my day. It was my whole day. And now here I am walking, and the reason why I'm walking is, well, besides the fact that I like to walk, the reason why I'm walking is that a friend of mine messaged me and said the Quapaw Reservation in Oklahoma was in honor of the people, their ancestors, who walked the Trail of Tears in 1830. They were going to have an event. And the Trail of Tears, in case you didn't know, was when the federal government, the United States federal government, decided that they were going to relocate all the Indians, and I'm using Indians because that's what they used, all the Native Americans, which they called Indians at the time, to Oklahoma. And it was 1830, so you know how they got them there. They walked them. They forced them to march across the country to Oklahoma. And Oklahoma, I don't know exactly what it was like back then, but it was pretty brutal. I mean, it's really super hot. They have tornadoes. They have poisonous snakes. You know, Oklahoma is a pretty brutal place. So they took those people, took them from their communities and their homeland and their ancestral lands, and forced them to walk across the country all the way to Oklahoma. And so the Quapaw Nation is having this event where the idea is that you will walk, the goal is 184 miles, I think, by March 1st to honor those people. And they're going to have, if I was in Oklahoma, they're going to have in-person walks, but I'm not in Oklahoma, so I figured it out that it would be 3 1/3 miles a day, every day, from now until March 1st, to be able to meet that goal. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna march, well, not march, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk 3 1/3 miles at least every day. And hopefully a few days I'll do more than that, so that I can, if I, you know, like this lady has her baby, or when I'm traveling, because when I'm done here, I'm going to go and see my daughter in California, and then I'll head back to my other kids back east in the Midwest. So those things will probably, they will probably cause me to lose days of walking. So yeah, and I encourage you, if you think that walking is something that you're capable of doing, I encourage you to get out and walk. If you're not active, just to lubricate your joints, lubricate your brain, you know, just get out and move is really valuable. Especially if you're older, as I am. It is just an important thing to do to make sure that you're still active. Because one day, if you're not active every day, one day you won't be able to be active. So I saw this thing, it was like a meme or something, where a lady is saying she doesn't remember the last time she held her son, her baby, her last baby. She doesn't remember the last time, because there comes a day when your kid is too big and you're not going to hold them anymore. And the question is, will you remember, will you realize that that's the last time? And applying that same logic to walking, what if I don't walk every day, if I don't move every day, if I don't continue doing stuff every day, one day will I just not be able to anymore? And that worries me. So that's why I walk. And I am not an excellent walker by any means, but I like to walk. And so it's a good thing. So I am really turned around. There's the houses over there. So there's houses, and there is where I want to go to get back onto the street. So I'm just gonna go overland, I think, and see if I can get there and not follow anything. Okay, so I think that was all I had to say. I don't think I had anything else that was on my mind other than to share that I'm walking to meet this goal in honor of the Quapaw Nation who were forced to walk from back east to Oklahoma. And if you are one of those people that put a lot of scent on your clothes when they're washing or whatever, you might want to rethink that, because I don't think it's very good for you. They're artificial scents. So, yep.